the House will come out, outside or outside.
The job is Speaker of the House, a position which for the last 8 years has been occupied by Bubba Henry. But last year, Henry decided not to run for re-election and made an unsuccessful bid for governor. And come March 10th, when the new legislature is sworn in, the position of Speaker of the House will be up for grabs. When the legislature meets this March following inauguration, the very first order of business in the House of Representatives is going to be the election of a new speaker. And for the very first time in modern history, it looks like that election is going to be a real horse race. In all, there are 4 major candidates who want to fill Henry's shoes. Here's a look at them. From Baton Rouge, Representative Frank Simoneau is considered one of the front-runners, an attorney, an 8-year veteran of the legislature. From the New Orleans area, there are 2 candidates, conservative John Hankel, who served in the House of Representatives since 1968, and Hankel's Gretna colleague, Ken Leithman, another 12-year veteran of the legislative process. And rounding out the field of 4, the only rural candidate in the race, Representative Jesse Guidry of Cecilia, a member of the House of Representatives since 1973. David, why all of the interest all of a sudden in the Speaker's race? What's so important about being Speaker of the House that would make 4 candidates and possibly even more want the job?
I think it's opened up the process, and a great deal has been written and said about an independent legislature, particularly an independent House of Representatives. That spirit's still very strong here, and I think that the race for Speaker is indicative of the interest in this chamber in pursuing an independent course of action.
In the past, there have never been more than 2 candidates seeking the Speaker's job, and because of that, the House really doesn't have a procedure for a runoff election. But Pointer says all of that can be worked out once the House goes into session, probably in late March.